Jesus didn't say, "I will build my church." That's not what he said at all. In Matthew 16:18, Jesus tells Peter, "Upon this rock I will build my ecclesia," not synagogue, not temple, and definitely not church. Ecclesia was a loaded word, and it wasn't religious at all. In ancient Greek and Roman societies, an ecclesia was a governing assembly, a group of citizens called out to rule, legislate, and carry authority on behalf of the kingdom they represented. So why do our Bibles translate it as church? Here's the uncomfortable truth. 114 times the word ecclesia shows up in the Greek New Testament, and 111 times it's translated as church, especially in the King James Version. But when you get to Acts 19, something odd happens. 3 times the word ecclesia appears, and it's not translated as church, it's assembly. Why? Because it's referring to a secular town council in Ephesus. Not Christians, not a worship service, an official civic governing body. This reveals everything. The translators knew what ecclesia meant, but they made a different choice, not because of accuracy, but because of King James himself. And here's where it gets wild. King James gave translators a list of rules. Rule number 3, old ecclesiastical words to be kept as the word church. He wanted to keep the religious structure intact, one where people stayed in pews, submitted to state-run clergy, and never realized they were called to rule as ambassadors of heaven. Why would he do that? Well, King James broke from the Catholic Church and started the Anglican Church, and it was not out of conviction but convenience. The Pope refused to grant him a divorce, so he took matters into his own hands, placing himself as head of a new church that answered to him, not Rome. His version of the Bible? It wasn't about giving people freedom. It was about maintaining control, rebranding religion with a crown on top. And what better way to gain the people's allegiance than to give them what they wanted, the Bible in their own language, but with conditions. And let's be clear, this isn't an attack on pastors. Most are doing their best with what they've been taught. But the system they serve was designed to keep believers tame, dependent, and silent. Jesus didn't die to start a religion. He launched a kingdom government. And you weren't saved to sit. You were commissioned to rule. But here's the beauty of it all. God still used it. What King James may have meant for control, God used to spread his word. What man twisted, God is untwisting. Like Romans 8:28 says, he works all things together for good for those who love him. And now that we have access to the full truth, it's time for believers to step out of religion and step into their kingdom identity. Follow for more Bible history through an unfiltered lens of truth.